Daily Manna from the Torah by Dr. Ketriel Blad. Shalom, dear friends, and welcome to the seventh and final Aliyah of Parashat Toldot, Generations. This final Aliyah is found in Genesis 28 from verse 5 to verse 9. And today's reading will take place in chapter 28, verse 8 of the same. And when Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan did not please Isaac his father, why didn't Esau notice before? Esau was a profane man who didn't look much further than material things of this world. He didn't care for his right to be the firstborn, which implied a double portion of the material inheritance at the time of his father's death. He cared more for satisfying his hunger momentarily than to think in the future. He wasn't interested in knowing the story of his ancestors either. He didn't care that the people from whom the women he married came from a cursed people. He wasn't concerned about the consequences of that curse because his sight was fixed on instant pleasures, not in the consequences of his conduct. Even though he got really upset for having lost his father's blessing, it wasn't because of a spiritual cause, but because he wanted to take the most advantage of whatever things that could satisfy his selfishness. It's obvious that he didn't care for the calling of his family since Abraham, his grandfather. It's true that he wanted to honor his father, and that's a merit. When he said he didn't want to kill Yaakov until his father died, he shows some of the respect he had for him. He didn't want to make him suffer any further. Due to his respect for his father, his offspring were numerous and important for the development of world history. The Torah reveals that Esau didn't notice for a time that his parents didn't like his women and that they didn't want Yaakov to marry daughters of Canaan. That is why this question arises. Why didn't Esau notice these things before? Obviously, Esau couldn't discern what the will of his parents was, nor did he know the reason for their high morale that he had been taught since childhood. His senses for the things of the eternal were not open. His spiritual eyes and ears were blocked, and his heart was insensitive to divine hints, even if these came from his parents. A very serious thing had to happen for him to find out what displeased his parents, not to mention what displeased the Eternal. Something totally unimportant for Esau. Since his life only revolved around what he could take advantage of, he only found out when it was too late. He went and married a daughter of Ishmael to somehow calm down his parents. But nothing improved with that because there was no radical change inside of him. He only wanted to cover up, but not to step down from the throne in his heart. Dear disciple of Yeshua, lift up your eyes and see what is in heaven and what will come in the future. Don't live for the moment. Don't seek your own pleasure. Don't try to please your parents or others only because you want them to notice you. Humble yourself and ask the Eternal to reveal to you what is important for Him and for life. Then you will follow the line of blessing of the saints who will inherit the world to come. Shabbat Shalom.